Welcome, heroes. If you're new, my name is Sam Spatero. Welcome to my channel. I'd love to welcome you by hitting that subscribe button and joining our community where I do videos that teaches you how to retrain that villain in you, that villain in us all, into a superpower so it can fuel us to all our goals and dreams in life. And so you can learn to be like the superhero in your own script and movie, where you need to be your ordinary self. But when a crisis happens, or you experience some pain or suffering or some uncertainty, that you don't hesitate to transform and tap into your true self. Today's video topic is the anxiety of building your own home. I have built 2 custom homes with my wife. And before we did this, I did a ton of research about building a home, but not even that, the impact that it has on relationships. And believe it or not, a lot of relationships end up ending during the home building phase because of all the stresses that essentially build up along the way, which can have to do with finances as the big one, staying on budget, coordinating with a GC, a general contractor. Maybe you're doing it yourself and you end up biting off more than you can chew. Maybe things are taking a little bit longer than you anticipated, whether it's permits or trades or materials, or to get drawings back. Whatever it is that it might be that you have experienced or maybe you're thinking about doing, watch this video because in under 5 minutes, I'm gonna give you a blueprint that creates an anxiety-free situation where you can actually feel empowered, blessed, and more connected than ever during this, what's supposed to be exciting time. So the very first thing that you need to do so that you don't experience stress or anxiety in your relationship is really define your roles. It's very important that you figure out who is stronger at what and you designate those roles accordingly. When I built my house with my wife, I took care of all the trades, coordinating materials, organizing payments, and my wife took care of all the banking, getting the money, picking out all the materials and designs and dealing with designers, the kitchen people, the tile people, as far as how she wants stuff laid out. That's kind of how it worked for us. For you, you're going to need to sit down and have that talk. And it's very important that you get clear on these roles so you don't clash and collide. It's just like any business and like in any relationship that you have. You all have a role. You all have a strength. And we also have a weakness. Try to find a way to tap into each other's strengths and see where you're best situated. The second thing that is probably one of the most important things and is the likelihood of why a lot of relationships fail or experience a lot of anxiety and stress through this process is you go over budget. I have built 2 homes. And in my second home, I went 20% over budget, and I've been in the construction industry for over 20 years. Did I do everything perfectly? Hell no. We all are imperfect and are going to make mistakes. And it doesn't matter how much experiences that you have, you are always going to have something that is unforeseen that you're going to have to deal with. We ended up spending a lot more money, and most people end up in this situation. However, those that experience anxiety and stress in a relationship and maybe a breakup is because they have this fantasy that it's going to cost X amount of dollars and there's no way that they'll go over it. They got it under control. You always have to anticipate that you're going to be a minimum of 20% over budget. And so what I advise people to do is to make sure that if your budget is $500,000 for your home, get a slush fund, an emergency fund of $100,000 in a separate account. Maybe it's through the bank. Maybe it's savings. Maybe you go to some family. You are going to need it. And the worst thing that may come from this all is that you give it back and you didn't end up using it. I can't tell you countlessly how many times I drive by custom built subdivisions or homes that aren't finished for years, and it's because they've ran out of money. And I don't want to see that happen to you. And I don't want to see you ruin what's supposed to be a really fun and exciting experience because you had unrealistic expectations of what it would cost. And this is very, very, very important. And the third thing that you need to do is not focus on how long it's going to take, but rather focus on what you want to experience. And I'm going to end on this. You see, you're building your dream home. And what I want you to define before you start is, what should that feel like? And then maybe something you could do together to avoid anxiety, which is just the inability to deal with the uncertainty of what the future holds. And when it arises, you really don't know what to do. And so a lot of the times what guide us are our beliefs. And these beliefs could either make us feel anxiety, stress, or empowerment. We get to decide that. And so if there's one thing that I want you to get clear on, is find a set of beliefs that are going to work for you, that are going to pull you through any experience or challenge that you will go through. And you will, trust me on that. I'm going to end on this. If you would like some coaching with this, I set up a couple good strategies for my home. My second house was bigger than my last, and I cut off about a month and a half at a time with a couple strategies that I created where it was very organized and simple. For someone who came from an anxiety background, it's very important that you do things that get out of your head and get onto paper, something where you can see it visually. And I'm not just talking about today, I'm talking about months in advance. So it helps you to create clarity through your day-to-day tasks and things that you're going to do. Get it out of your head, free and clear yourself of anxiety, and come up with a couple good strategies that are going to keep you calm and present and happy at a time where you should be. I'm going to end on that. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button, as I'm trying to build this channel. And my goal, my mission in my life is to be the biggest mental health advocate on the planet, because I know the things that I did for myself, that I learned in programs, and I've also cultivated along the way and created my own strategies, really set me free from anxiety and panic. And I know it will help you too. And so down below in the description will be my coaching link, whether it's for anxiety in your day-to-day life, in your relationship, some childhood stuff that you just can't get rid of, or maybe you're building a home. Hit that link below and I guarantee you it'll be the best money you'll ever spend in your life. Keep smiling. And if you are going to dream today, guys, come on, dare to dream big.